guys, how are you all doing? It's a girl CC and I'm back again today with another interesting video. I trust you guys are doing great, having fun, enjoying your weekend. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. So I just want us to have a look at this video today. This lady is literally calling the men out now because of what she experienced. Now she shared a little story where she witnessed a robbery where a man that is armed, trying to rob a woman. And according to her, she saw a man seated very close to where the robbery was going on, and this man like did nothing to help the lady out. I'm gonna let this video roll so you guys can hear the story, and of course I'm gonna show you some stitches. I just want us to have a look at this video. Let's just talk about it. Let's just make it a conversation today in the comments. Let's check this video out.
White girl fight off a robber at gunpoint. He literally had a gun to her. She fought him off, got the magazine out the gun and everything. But the crazy part about it was that there was two men watching very close by. I mean, literally very close by. They were right within the vicinity, which is weird because why would that man try to rob her with those two guys there? But he did it because he knew they wasn't going to do shit. And they did not. It was one man sitting on the grass watching it. Just watching the girl get robbed. The other guy, he's painting some shit. Just watching it. Like, what the fuck are men for? Why are they here? Because I don't have to guess that if a woman, any type of woman, was sitting there and seeing that, they would have tried to help. It could have been a woman in a goddamn wheelchair. She would have wheeled her ass over there and handled business. I just don't understand the point of men anymore.
Right. What do you think about this video? Let's just again make it a conversation. Now, she says that she witnessed a robbery going on, meaning she was there. Imagine you were seated with your husband and you see a robbery going on, or with your boyfriend or with your partner, and you witness a robbery going on. Would you, as a lady, encourage your man to go, help when you know very well that the man is armed, like he has a gun? Would you ask your man, your husband, your boyfriend, your partner to go and help when you know that the man is armed? Please, this is a genuine question. I just want to know if I am the only person feeling this way. Now, me personally, I don't mind helping people. But when I see that a gun is involved, whether it's a toy gun or baby, I'm gonna run. I mean, let's just be fair here. Now, she says she witnessed and she did nothing. I'm not blaming her, neither am I blaming the man. Now, I have seen videos on TikTok like men narrated how they escaped death because they were trying to help, right? You know, and a lot of men that tried it in the past never returned. Some of them died. Let's just be fair here. I know sometimes men will just, decide not to help. They will be like, it's none of my business. She's not my sister. She's not my girlfriend. I'm not going to help. I know. But then a gun is involved here, baby. Let's just be fair. Okay. Unless a gun is not involved, I personally will push my man to go and help. And I won't even sit down and watch. I also would go and help the lady. As long as a gun is not involved. Anyways, you guys, I have put together a few stitches. Let's just hear from people, their opinion. And of course, I would love to know your take in the comments. Don't forget, I'm going to show you some screenshots of comments. Now, some men didn't kind of like this video that this lady were calling them out. Some women also chipped in and said, oh, I mean, would you, allow your man to go help when you know that a gun is involved? Let's just take a look at these videos. And of course, I'm going to show you some screenshots of comments. You all know how we do it here. Please check the stitches out.
I just watched a white girl fight off a robber at gunpoint. He literally had a gun to her.
You said you watched the lady defend herself from an attacker. Take the gun away from him, get the clip out the gun. Why did anybody need to intervene? She had it. Had somebody that she did not know walk up from behind her when she got that gun away from him and try to intervene, what do you think would have been the likelihood that they got shot? We live in an era of social media and public pranks. So how do you know those men that were sitting there was not trying to figure out if this is real or not? Because there's a young man in Florida right now sitting in jail because he used his legal, lawfully attained firearm to intervene in what he thought was a young lady being mugged by a man. All the while, it was a what would you do scenario, a prank that was being pulled on the unsuspecting public. His life is forever changed. The scar that you're looking at changed my life 20 years ago when I came to the aid of a lady who was being domestically abused by her husband. I intervened, almost mortally wounding that man. I almost took his life. And the result of what happened, I got cut severely with a pair of car keys all the way to my carpal tunnel. It changed my life. I was on the verge of having my first professional fight. It took my career from me. I was not right-handed before that happened. It changed my life. 2 days later, I was arrested at my mother's home when I went to go visit my mother where the incident happened. They were her next door neighbors. I was arrested and I was charged with 2 cases of aggravated assault, 2 cases of simple battery, 2 cases of harassment, 2 cases of trespassing. And do you know why? Because she stayed with the man that abused her and then pressed charges on me for coming to save her. Well, they threw the criminal charges out and then they sued me in civil court for a grand total of $75,000. His case was thrown out. Like I said, I changed that man's life. He cannot walk on his own anymore. His life will never be the same after that. And I don't think that he deserved to have that happen to him. I struggle with what I did to that man every single day. And do you know why? Because they sued me and she won. I dropped her accidentally when her domestic abuser husband grabbed me around the wrist and cut me. I dropped her, causing her to hit her head, resulting in 2 stitches. I had to get over 200 stitches inside and outside my hand. And I needed surgery. She won $23,000 in a lawsuit from me, which was later overturned, but I still had to pay this lady $5,000 on top of my own medical bills for coming to save her. But you watched. Why didn't you get involved? Maybe you was watching it in a video. She was able to defend herself. We don't always know what's going on in the streets. If I'm not a cop, if I jump in and intervene in a situation, I could go to jail. I could be sued. That takes me away from my wife, who I made a vow before God to love, honor, and protect. And you know what the crazy thing is? When I first made this video, after Roe report says she got hit in the head with a brick, explaining why men don't intervene. And I said, even if I was faced with the same situation, I would help because women need help. Every single woman on that post said that I was absolutely crazy for intervening in the first place. You have a good day.
I just watched a white girl fight off a robber at gunpoint. He literally had a gun to her.
Okay, but what are you complaining about? Y'all chose the bear. Even your entire comment section is filled with, I would choose the bear. I chose the bear. Where's the bear? And then one woman left a comment saying, it's disgusting how all these men are commenting saying, call the bear. Why is that disgusting? Y'all chose the bear. And now you're literally bashing men for not helping. Y'all chose the bear over the man. And now that you're getting robbed at pew pew point, now you want a man to step in and potentially put his life at risk when he probably has a family at home to go to. Call the bear. This is why men are so sick of us. You literally sat there and said that men ain't shit and that you would choose a bear over a man and now you're crying because the man didn't help. How is it disgusting that you could literally choose a wild fucking animal over a human being to help you, and now you're turning around bashing the same people that you said that are too dangerous and evil and that you wouldn't want to be anywhere near them? Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway.
But the crazy part about it was that there was two men watching very close by. Okay, so definitely go watch that original creator's video because it's a good video and it's a reminder that men are not shit. Okay, and before anyone says, yes, it's not all men, but it's enough men that it's a fucking problem. So when I was like 18 or 19, I worked at Circle K and I got robbed on shift at knife point. Now, I'm like 5'4", the robber was probably like 5'3", and in my line there was 2 women and 4 men, and those men were all at least 5'8" to 5'10", maybe even taller. They were real big, macho, burly dudes who could have totally overpowered that dude or scared him off had they came to my rescue. But you know what they fucking did? They ran out of the fucking store. And you know what? They didn't even call the fucking cops. I was the one who called the fucking cops. Anyway, the only 2 people who fucking stayed in the store when all that happened were those 2 women. One of them was a nurse who had just gotten off her shift and was cashing in her lotto tickets so she could buy her family dinner. And the other one was a regular of mine who was recovering from fucking leukemia. And what's crazy is that if there was more men who were actually reactive and who would actually step in and help out, or like at least call the fucking cops, other men would not feel so comfortable doing crimes in front of other men. They would actually be scared, but they're not scared because they know they can go run around and do whatever they want, and other men 9 times out of 10 will not stop them. They'll just let it happen. And this doesn't even pertain to like being a hero and saving someone's life. This is just like in general, like men talk such a big game about how they're the protectors of the house, they're the leaders of the house, they're the ones who need to be on top, women need to be underneath them. Then fucking live up to it. Fucking live up to it. One man sitting on the grass watching it, just watching the girl get robbed.
And exactly why are we supposed to put our life on the line for women that hate us? Make it make sense. You said down with the patriarchy. The patriarchy is the protector. It is the provider. So when you get rid of the patriarchy, you get rid of the protector and you get rid of the provider. This is on you women. There is no honor in protecting you and providing for you. Not the way y'all put us down. Not the way y'all tear at us. Not the way y'all tell us to get away from you, creep. Not the way y'all tell us to leave you alone. Not the way y'all tell us y'all don't want to be bothered. No, there is no protection. You got rid of it. Drizzle, drizzle.
Okay, so in as much as I said, oh, okay, it is too dangerous, for one to get involved, at least the least you could do is to ring the police. Now, those guys seated watching, did they call the police? Even if you can't go and help out, at least ring the police. Do something. Do something to scare them away. Now, I don't know, like this like the man versus the bear thing, and then the women and the men fighting on social media and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know where this is heading to. But I just want to tell you that there are good men out there, and there are also good women out there. Let's just how yo, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But let's carry on with the stages.
Watched a white girl fight off a robber at gunpoint. He literally had a gun to her.
There's a few reasons why a man will go ahead and watch a woman be robbed and do nothing. Number one, liability. A dude went ahead and saved a woman from drowning. And the woman ended up suing him because she did not give him permission to save her. So now that this man has to go back and forth to court just because he did a good deed. Reasons number 2, and this is common. A man prevents a woman from being robbed and end up being killed himself. This man probably has kids. He probably has a home he want to go back to. It's not one of the type of situations where you say, someone stupid, get in my way, and have that man proceed to going to get shot and then you walk away. No. It's equal opportunity. You are a woman, hear you roar. You are strong. You're capable. You don't need no man. So why is the argument about the value of a man always being brought up once a woman is left vulnerable? Men are useless unless they're making a sacrifice. Those men should have sacrificed their lives for the sake of that woman that was in danger. And what if that woman was pretending going to be robbed just to lure them 2 men into a vulnerable state where they themselves would be robbed? I'm just saying this because you're going into the unknown without a plan. At least if you're going to prevent something, then have some type of plan on how you're going to prevent it. But going into a situation where they're armed and you're not, that's stupid. Oftentimes, we don't have the training or the know-how or the credentials. And if someone gets hurt, you're going to end up being liable. And in this sue-happy world, you're not trying to be liable for anything.
They were right within the vicinity, which is weird because why would that man try to rob her with those 2 guys there? But he did it because he knew they wasn't gonna do shit, and they did not. It was one man sitting on the.
I don't know why this is such a hard concept to understand, but women created this situation where they dislike men so much that men finally said, fuck it, we're not going to help you, we're not going to protect you, we owe you absolutely nothing, and because you're just some random stranger, I no longer have to help you. And really what gets me about the video is that there's a lot of other people in that video. Most people did a singular focus on the man sitting in the grass when that woman was getting attacked, but there were women there. So what happened to women supporting women? You know, y'all like to preach like how you're girls and you're supporting each other and oh my God, I'm always here for you. But you see a woman getting attacked and there's 2 women walking the other direction. Why aren't they running to her defense? Right, because you want the men that you claim are such trash to save you. And this is a perfect example of what women do all of the freaking time. They create this standard for how men should treat them, whether that's in the dating phases, in the marriage stages, in friendships, whatever it is. And they created this standard where they hate men so much, but now you want protection from said men. And now that you don't get it, the men are weak. Make it make sense. You cannot continuously drag men and blame the patriarchy and all of this bullshit around you, but then expect men to jump in and save you. Why don't you all call a freaking bear? Okay, bye.
Rob her with those 2 guys there, but he did it because he knew they wasn't gonna do shit. And
you know why they didn't do anything? Because it was not a life at risk. Now, I myself, like many men, would gladly give my life to save the life of a stranger, and especially those that I love. However, for a stupid phone, it's just not worth it. And what she did, despite the success, was a very stupid thing to do. Unless she got some national secrets on there that are going to cost millions of people their lives, let that phone go. And even her parents reiterated that, okay? If somebody's robbing you with a weapon, and if it's not your life that's at stake, whatever it is that they're trying to get, just let it go. It can be replaced. But since we want to talk about what men are good for, men are good for making smart decisions as we need to. There have been many documented cases where if someone's life was in danger, men have stepped in to help and assist. All right. But when it comes to consumer devices, replaceable items, you do not risk your life for something that simple. So yeah, please don't come on this app with all this toxic crap about how men are just not good at anything and how men are not useful, blah, blah, blah. No, those men just didn't want to lose their life for a stupid reason. It's that simple.
But the crazy part about it was that there was two men watching very close by.
So something like this recently happened to me this weekend. Actually, I was in a situation in which my physical safety was threatened and my property was threatened, and afterwards a man popped up and said, "Hey, what's going on? Here's what happened. Here's the story." So I live in a neighborhood with a homeowners association, a HOA. I have 2 parking spaces on my property. One is labeled with my address number, one is not. And that is a point of contention in our community because we paid for the property of 2 spots, but only one is labeled. So people park in our spots and it's annoying. So there is a tow truck company that drives around and enforces arbitrarily parking, but not as a legal authority, for the homeowners association in our neighborhood. My particular block generally doesn't have a lot of issues. We all tend to only have one vehicle in their space. This weekend, my cousin was visiting from out of town, so there were 2 vehicles in front of the house, so I gave her my numbered spot and I took my unnumbered spot. Both my spots, literally on paper, on deed, when I purchased the home. I also only recently got my vehicle back from repairs. While it was in the shop, the guy working on the tech was like, "Hey, your sticker is out of date." I'm like, "What do you mean? My registration's paid." I looked and I renewed it in September. I'm like, I know I did that. I look, I've got the receipt where you can see the stickers peeled off. So I know I've got it. So I was like, okay, I'll get a replacement one. Thanks for telling me. So I pick up my car Wednesday. I've got the replacement registration waiting. This is the state of Tennessee, by the way. You renew your registration every year, you put on the sticker, right? So sure enough, my sticker's gone. And yes, I parked there with my car fresh from the shop and have not put the sticker on yet. It was sitting there in the window though. I just haven't fixed it yet because me bending down to do anything makes me dizzy and pass out. And so I was waiting to get help for it. So my vehicle's parked. I don't think that's a problem because it's parked on my property. It is legal in terms of the cops aren't going to write me a citation. It's legal. I've renewed it. It's not out of date or anything. It's just somebody took my sticker. And also whoever took my sticker. Anyhow, so I decide that I need to go check the mail, but I don't want to go put on a bra, and I'm wearing a t-shirt. So I look at my cousin and I'm like, do you think I can sneak outside without my neighbors seeing me and just run to the mailbox and run back? And I was really excited because my kids' school pictures were in there and I got the notification from the post office that they were in there and I wanted to show her. So she's like, yeah, it's not far. So I go outside. Look us out. And my car's not there. I'm like, what? What's happening? Maybe I thought, did I not pay the bill? Would they tow it that fast? I did pay the bill. I always pay the bill. I'm one of those people. And I look, and my car is being pulled up onto a tow truck on my street. And I'm like, what's happening? And I go up to the guy, I'm like, excuse me, sir, what are you doing with my car? And he tells me, well, it was illegally parked. I'm towing it. I said, who are you? And that's when I learned that this is the towing company contracted with the homeowners association. Not on any contract I've got, mind you. And Did they knock on my door? No. Did I ever get any sort of warning or citation? No. They just took my vehicle, which is completely illegal, off of my property. Off of my property. And then he said, well, I can't tell it's yours because you're in an unmarked spot. I said, yes, and we have an issue with the builder on this. They never painted all the spots. And it doesn't matter. It's legal. I'm going to call the city police and they can check for you and tell you. Also, here, by the way, in the window is the registration that shows it's current. Because I knew that there was an issue with the sticker because of the nice repair tech. I show him and he gets all, I don't care, I'm just doing my job, it's not legal. I said, you have no legal authority. If we were to involve law enforcement, they would say it's completely legal. They can tell. And I just showed you proof. He refuses to let go of my truck. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to call the city police so they can clear this up. He said, if you do that, I'm taking it to our impound lot, and that's about 50 miles away. And then it will cost you $400. But if you just leave them out of it, it's $100. So he extorted me after predatory behavior, threatening to take my vehicle, which I cannot go without. That is my means to an income. I'm a single disabled mother with a disabled child. So I was given no choice. And I'm upset. I'm standing there vulnerable, tits out, arguing with a white man who's clearly ignorant, spouting law without knowing law, and his hand on a gun with my property. I resolve it. I pay him over Zelle because that's all they would take. By the way, I'm pissed off because did you know you can't dispute Zelle? All I can do is argue with the homeowners association, who has the contract with the tow company, not me. I pay him the $100. They drop my vehicle. He drives off and he starts looking at other vehicles in the neighborhood. It is only at that time a man opens his door 3 doors down from me, says, what's happening? At no point during this confrontation, where an armed white man was yelling at me, did he think to open the door or call the police or get help or offer help. No, I had to stand there, nipples out, defending my property on my own property against a man with a weapon and a machine that could take my vehicle. I was extorted and thoroughly mortified. And now I'm down $100 that I don't have. Where were you? No, we just come outside to gossip. Stand up to the other men. Stand up to the other men. Don't just...
So I took some screenshots of comments so you guys can see what other people dropped in her comment section. Please pause to read if you want to. Let me just know your thoughts. Just forget about this fight that is going on between men and women on social media. Just let me know if you were in a kind of place with your man and stuff like that is going on. Would you push your man to go and help? I just want to know in the comment, please. Don't come for me, guys. Don't come for me, please. You know, it is a conversation. It's just a genuine one. Let me know your take, guys, in the comments. And thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share, comment, and of course, come back for another video. I'm gonna see you all in my next one. You all take care. I love you.